From one ER about the other. Listen up, you're at an ira time in your life. Right now, you're listening to Avril. Let the truth be known.
In the politics area, she have it.
Never had a boring moment in my life.
She's the voice of the Caribbean.
Back as I remember, I was never alone. No. Queen Avril is on the throne. No more feeling lonely. Avril rules the air, Every day is like an Avril day.
A pleasant good evening to each and everyone who is out there tuning in, listening wherever you are. And a special good evening to you, my one and only YouTube follower, Valencia. Thanks for making me smile. You always call me Queen, and I return that same sentiment to you. Thank you so much for always bringing a smile on my face. Wherever you are, hope all is well. And you also have a blessed week. Thank you. As I said, if no one else is watching on YouTube, I know you are. Tonight we're going into a little something. I have a little something to say. And if you're out there and you're watching, I thank you. There's nothing more I can say, but thank you to my people. You don't have to, but you are. So thank you for tuning in. I want to ask a one question before I go in. But anyway, you know, got to come with a little something tonight, some different. I'm just feeling hearing a little something. Oh, okay, I know what it is. All right, so let me tell you something, people. I'm here tonight to speak to my people and to ask my people. Since I'm not the know-it-all person, I'm asking my people. I know you're watching only if you comment, like my girl Valencia. Yes, you're on YouTube, but I saw your comment. Thank you so much. But anyway, tonight I'm just here to babble a little because November 4th, when I'm not wearing my wig, but trying to put on my eyelash a little. I'm learning. I'm teaching myself. So, if it's not on right, don't drop no lyrics. Just look at it as every spoil is a style, and my style is special. So anyway, tonight, I just want to say good evening to you, Miss Thornton. Good night, Problem Phipps. Wherever you are, good evening to you. But anyway, let me make sure that I'm not acting like Curtis Silver tonight and call the name wrong. But I want to ask a special question. I don't care if it's one person watching out there, I'm going to ask this question. And to who see it later, they can deal with it. I wonder if I should put it on the thing. Let me see if I could write it up here for you to see my question. Let me see if you're brave. Let me see if you all people out there brave tonight with my question that I just put up there. I know many of you not going to answer, but you will text off my WhatsApp and my inbox and all that. Be bold. So we need an election that we as a people can just be bold to say what's on our mind, how we're feeling. I should have put on my glasses tonight because when I put on my glasses, I kind of act a little different. But anyway, I put a question on the screen and I would like to see, even if it's one person bold enough to tell me who they are voting for in this mayor election. But let me tell you, my people, I have a problem with us who don't understand politics and we just want to detour people from voting. Some people swear that they know politics. And even though they know politics, they are putting these people. Good night all the way from sunny Miami. Sasha, you probably went carnival. You probably went carnival. But your governor race and everything that's going on, you better make sure that you're back to vote because all them winding up, I see you all doing down there in Miami and 6-2 and all them, you all people, I got to have more prayer breakfast because I am just wondering if AI is who making you all bodies look like it's really doing what it's doing down there because there's some stuff going on there for you all carnival in Miami, those kind of winding up and those kind of bending over and all these stuff that I'm seeing. Let me tell you something. I scared a woman, and I'm a woman. I am scared a woman. These things called carnival. Listen, I coming back because I have to ask a question again. Who are you voting for? The way you think it's Curtis Crook. Good night to you also. People, pay attention to the election. Pay attention to the election. Let me write it on here. Tonight I'm writing. Pay attention to the election. And my reason for saying this, right? I realized that I felt so bad that half of you that's going around saying who you all voting for, this is the same thing you all did with Donald Trump. You all was out there secretly, underhandedly saying who you're voting for, and you all went in there heavy and vote for Donald. Now, half of you acting like you all don't understand and you all making noise. You know why you all carrying on like that? It's because you're disappointed in the person you put in office. That's why so many of you going after Donald Trump. Because the people that didn't put him in there, they're disappointed, they're praying, they can't believe it, they're in a shock. But the reason half of you out there mashing up and carrying on and fussing is because you feel like your vote was in vain or you regret voting for him. That's why you are behaving the way that you all do. It's not because you're disappointed. And I want to say something tonight. We have a mayor election coming up here, New York, Jersey, wherever you are, right? And half of you going around and taking this election as a joke. It is not a joke. This election is not a joke thing. It's to take seriously. The better wake up and this doors. Listen to me, Sasha. They're taking this thing as a joke. The government shut down because some of you not working for the federal government. You guys don't understand that half of you have family or your friends have family that is working for the federal government, right? When you tell me that people working for the federal government, you all want them on plane, doing the jobs, you all want them to be out there working, not getting paid, not you all, but anyway, this is how it's set up. So you must just go to work and tell me if any one of us, even with working in McDonald's, and you go in and you don't get your paycheck by weekend, you lost your mind. You know why? You got bills to pay. You got bills to pay. So you're very upset because you didn't get your paycheck. Could you imagine working for the federal government where you got to go for so long without getting a paycheck? But your bills are still coming in. Some landlords don't care that you're working for the federal government. The first thing they're telling you, they got their mortgage to pay. If you don't watch it, some of them will want to tell you got to get out if you can't pay them. They have no understanding, but some people do. But they still remain, you can't pay your rent and the landlord understand. You got a light bill to pay. So you got to tell them you're going to hardship. They want to cut out food stamp for people that really need it. Okay. And there's some people out here struggling, even people who is seniors and they're on a fixed income, they're struggling, right? And we sitting down here, everybody making up all these AI videos. And I'm going to tell you guys something. When AI finish with half of you, you all ain't going to know if you're coming or going. Half of you may not even have a husband or wife when AI finish put you out there. You understand? So Sasha, be careful. You in Miami, and next thing they have you, some man jerking behind you, and you don't even know or remember that, and it's called AI. You guys believe in everything you all see on social media, on TikTok, on social media, everything that they use AI to put together. You guys are sharing it. You share what's to you look like something big. But the little Avril show, you guys won't share it because it's just Avril. So you all listen and go, it's just Avril. That's why I asked God not to let me to get rich and famous, Because when you get rich and famous now, and then people want to be sharing you and acting like, oh my God, I know her. Then Sasha, hear them. I know how we went to school together. We grew up together, and you're all ready to tell people how you all know them. As you see them, you all want to take pictures. Half of you on these AI videos commenting, and you guys don't even know if they're truth or lie or if they're real. Now, I saw a video with a celebrity who has a talk show. The woman is on the show doing her show, and they have a video with her laying in a hospital bed and her fiance holding her hand, and over nearly 10,000 people commenting, over how much thousands of people. Oh my God, I'm praying for you. I can't believe it. Get through this. And I'm saying, how could a young lady that's live? How could a young lady that's live on TV doing her talk show, and there's a video on Facebook with her laying in a bed looking sick, and her man holding her hand and telling her, I'm so sorry, and everybody commenting. They don't even know the person that posted up. But we are so easily distracted. We are so easily zooming on things that look like it has a lot of views. And so we just want ourselves to be seen on there, I guess. And it's an AI video. And you guys just fall for the nonsense. When you talk about this election coming up, half of you act as if you're confused. Oh, I'm not voting for this one and I'm not voting for that one. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Good night to you, Miranda, my ambassador. I'm going to tell you guys what's going to be a shaking and a waking for half of you. You see this thing called the Bronx? Now, if Zoran get in office, right? So if Zoran get in there, but you don't want him in there, and you sitting down, coming down on the man that they tell you have the majority of the votes, right? So they say Co-op City, big in numbers with Zoran, you know. Bronx, you are sitting down, playing this mindset game. Then when things happen and he win the election and he says, Bronx, oh, please, they didn't vote for me. And you guys want to go in front of Zoran now, go say, um, oh, you're not doing nothing for the Bronx and you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that. Did you put me in office? But you all have a tendency to say, well, it doesn't matter if you didn't put him in. He's supposed to be the mayor for everybody, right? Of course, he's supposed to be. So if you sit down and you have an election for a councilman in your district and you decide, I'm not voting for him, I don't like him, I'm not casting a vote. But you going now, tomorrow, you have a problem. You walk into that office as if the councilman owe you something. He owe you something because he is the councilman. People, your vote matters. You guys need to wake up and pay attention to what's going on. I'm not telling you because you vote for Donald Trump and you're disappointed now and you're all upset because what's going on. Let me tell you something. Donald Trump suffering for you who vote for him, who didn't vote for him is suffering just like you. You guys got to understand, pay attention to what's going on. The government shutdown. Did Donald Trump sit down and says, well, these people over here voted for me, so shut down over here, but don't shut down over there. This shutdown is affecting all of us. Be careful who you put in office. Now, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, but I'm going to tell you something, right? So I watched the debate and they ask questions. And every time they ask a question, they stray and they're talking about cats and dog and all these things. Okay? Orlando government shut down though. But Music Man Molly, the government shut down. Why Orlando government shut down? Molly in St. Kitts, Celia, Francis, good night to you, sweetheart. Long time I haven't heard from you. Molly, the president of the United States is the president of the United States. When anything he do, if he shut down the federal government, you think the federal government is just a New York thing? We all gonna feel it. We all are feeling it. If you guys think that they walking up and everything that's going on now is sweet, nothing sweet me right now. Because I'm gonna be honest. We are putting people in poverty. People are suffering. People are going through hell and back. And we out here acting like we don't care. But until it hit us, because some of us don't work for the federal government, we feel like we don't care. We're not paying attention. Okay? But you all better pay attention. So half of you say you're not voting for Zoran because he did. Listen to me. I am not telling you who to vote for. But it's until people get in office and prove themselves, you know who is who. Because people sound good, talk good, do everything good until they get in office. I don't need a mayor debate where they ask you about your rent and you got to tell people about fixed income apartment. I didn't know people like Governor Cuomo. Governor Cuomo say he pay rent maybe what $7,000 a month. I want to visit him. Silver say his rent is probably I forgot, but it's down there. And Zoran say his rent is like $2,200, $2,300, right? People, I wish half of us were paying Zoran rent, right? And he says his plan is to, people are thinking that when he says that he's going to freeze the rent, half of you don't even understand what the man is talking about. But you all going around, he can't freeze the rent, he can't do this. Do you understand what freeze the rent mean and who we say he freezing the rent for? You guys need to wake up, pay attention, study the art, study the craft of politics. There is nothing about politics you're going to understand until you put the person in office and they prove themselves. But let me tell you something. Watch the race and tell me who got the highest percentage in this race. You watch what's going on. But while you sit down here in the Bronx and say, I'm not voting for him, they know who is their strongest voters, you know. Don't get confused with politics, because anytime these politicians have to check, they know where the strong voters came from. Okay? So if you want to sit down here in your little White Plains Road and Gun Hill Road and Baychester and all these places, Boston Road and them thing, and say, I'm not voting for this one and I'm not voting, when that person win the election, I'm watching half for you who gonna be running up to take picture. And when you see the mayor, remember you all used to take pictures with the our mayor now, you know. You all used to be so excited to take picture with them. I have picture with all of them, even with Cuomo. Okay, I have pictures with them. I don't go around bashing nobody. But you know, you guys remind me. That is why I stay humble. Because you see, when the mayor came to the Bronx, you guys pushed me down, pushed me aside because you all want to take picture with the mayor. Half of you are the same people bashing the mayor. So why would a mayor now come and want to be up in photo ops with some of you? You all are not trustworthy people. You all want to be in there when things look good and when things hot. So I know some of you hear me talking and saying she must be running and voting for Zoran. Let me tell you something. One thing I like about Zoran, he can answer a question like that. The man sharp like a two-edged sword. He can answer a question like that. They say, Zoran, how much is your rent? He said 2,300. He didn't say on a fixed income, on a subsidized this. He don't go around. He answer the question. Silver, I am not here to bash him, but he said he's the mayor of the subway. I'm trying to understand what that means. He's the subway mayor. We know that you're the man who used to be in the subway, but there was still a lot of crimes in the subway. So why the crimes in the subway now when I don't see you and your people out there making us safe? So because you're running for mayor now, you stop running in the subway. So the subway crime gone up because you're not in the subway. Let me tell you all something, you see. Politics is sweet when they're running, but when they get in there, they got to prove themselves. So you all need to stop, get caught up in the race and decide who you're going to vote for to prove yourself for New York. A lot of you is scared because Trump talking about when Zoran go in there, he gonna do this and he's gonna do that. So when you all hear Trump saying that, we start to get nervous now because we don't want nobody in there that Trump say is going to be a disaster for New York. But we had people who was in there before. All right. So when you was in there before and you didn't do it, then how you come now to tell me if you get in, you're gonna do it? You was in there before. I don't care what nobody say. You all could curse me. I rather give a new blood the opportunity to tear me down than give somebody who been there. And I'm not talking about Cuomo. You all don't get it twisted. That anytime it doesn't matter who win, they are our mayor. But I'm saying, stop knocking people that you don't know. And that's an example of why I don't want nothing more than to just be here in my little corner doing my little things for my little people. Screw the big people them. Because the honest truth about it, because somebody don't know you, they're ready to blast you, put you out there and destroy you because I don't know him. You don't understand, sometimes give people a chance. If you want to vote for Cuomo, just vote for Cuomo and stop the bashment. Because sometimes it's an election day when you wake up the morning and you see the poll, we hold our head and ball. You remember when you all went to bed and wake up and hear Donald Trump won the election, half of you start pulling out your hair. That's why I braid mine, so nobody know if I pull out my hair. But I did not vote, okay, for the wrong person. But half of you out there, you all are just upset because you vote for Donald Trump and he disappoints you guys. None of my business. But that's why you're all so frustrated, because you can't change nothing that you already did. Did you all ever see a protest going on in the Bronx for Donald Trump? No protests. Our people are just a bunch of talkers. Good night to you, Richard Little John. You had words for the wise in what you said to me on Facebook posts I have. Thank you so much. Thank you. The truth be told, many gone there and ain't do nothing. That's what I'm saying, Sasha. Many talk a big talk, and some of these elected officials that are really doing, they don't appreciate them. They take them for granted. But those who are in there not doing nothing and say they was in there, anybody that was in office before and didn't do what they were supposed to do. But tell me now, everybody going there and excite us that they're going to build more affordable housing. I'm starting to get nervous. And I want to say to my, he asked me my name, what's your name? And I said, Avril Francis. Yes, Zoran get a piece of me already, right? But I'm just trying to understand where they're going to build the more affordable housing. They're going to push yours on the side and they're going to build something in between there. I see a lot of buildings going up in the Bronx. And I'm honestly telling you, everywhere you turn, there is buildings going up. So Zoran say he's going to make sure that he put a cap freeze on the low income housing, right? Those people, maybe those people who get, the kind of housing that all of us wish we have. We want a cap. We want a cap on it. But I think what mess up America is during the pandemic, when they had all these people in shelter and they want to get them out, the government was just giving away they give you a voucher and they tell the landlord, I could give you $3,000 for the 3-bedroom. So every landlord going around saying, oh, the government is giving $3,000 for housing, right? Shirley Tripico, good evening. You're up and watching, right? So everybody just up the rent. And the people who are working people can't pay the kind of rent that they put this big high interest. I call it interest. There was a time you used to pay a 1-bedroom. I know things and time have changed. But I remember the days of paying $900 for a 1-bedroom. But everybody who is a landlord, I say, if your mortgage is $2,200, $2,300 a month, right? And you got somebody paying 17, you tell me as a landlord, you work and you can't pay and you live in half of your house and you don't want to pay no rent. You just feel a tenant must pay your entire mortgage. We are killing our tenants. And tenants, if you're out there, pay your landlord their rent. You can't live on the street. You don't want to be homeless. Pay your rent. But to the landlords out there, you all have already spoiled the system. When the government used to give so much money to get people out of the shelter, they were desperate and they would have paid all $3,500 for a 3-bedroom just to get people out of shelter and into homes. So every landlord here that say, well, oh yeah, well, I'm putting up my rent too. And they don't realize you have a working person in your house. We're in America. You work, you get paid after taxes. You might take home what, 800, even if you take home 9, right? 4 times 9 is 36. You're paying $3,000 rent. Out of that 3,000 now, the rest that left is to buy food, is to get you back and forth to work, is to buy you little cheap hair so you could braid up your hair, is to buy your kids clothes. How can you survive? How can you survive? So it does not matter how much money you work for, the bills are going up, your income is not going up, and we're sitting down here laughing like it's a damn joke. It's not a joke. We need somebody who could build the word affordable housing and stop telling me it's affordable, but yet when you go online and try to apply the bracket that they put you in to get a 1 bedroom, it's not affordable. So I want to work with the next mayor to help him to make a decision on how you charge rent in New York City based on people income. You can't watch somebody make $1,000, but they bring in home 7, but you're going after the 1,000. That don't make no sense to me. You should look at what they're bringing home to pay their bills. This is what I'm talking about. Pearl Francis, I didn't know you was watching, sweetheart. How you doing, Pearl? It's getting to the point. We have to vote for the right person. And before you all do early voting and don't pay attention to who you're supposed to vote for, don't make a mistake. Because when you do early voting and you don't know who is who and what is what, you can't take back your vote. I'm praying for God to bless us. But let me tell you, in order for God to bless us, we have to be praying. You know, many of us is not praying. You know, many of us just going on with our busy day like nothing happening. One thing we need to stop doing is shopping. We say things are hard, but all of us flock in the stores. You see, this January and Christmas coming up, we should put a cap on spending. We should put a cap on spending. Stop spending money. Hit them below the belt. How are they saying things are hard, but the stores are packed and crowded? Or we don't have no control over our lives. You don't need clothes, you don't need shoes, you don't need sneakers. Just tell yourself that. This good holiday, put a cap on it. Enjoy your life. You wait as soon as you lay down December 30th, 30 days of September, April, June, and November. All the rest of 31. Okay, December 31st, as you wake up, is January 1st. It's a new year. You ain't going to remember half of the things you planned for the new year. Stop spend money. If the government can shut down, so can we. Let's shut down. Good night to you, Paris Celine. Good night, sweetheart. Shut down. If the government can shut down, we need to shut down. Stop spending. Everything that you used to do, stop doing it. Show them that we don't have it like that anymore. It matters when they hit us below the belt. It's time for us to hit them below the belt. You go in the supermarket, the cost of food is killing us. People in the islands, they're laughing at us in America. Laughing at the price of egg in America. Caroline Thompson, how are you, sweetheart? They're laughing at us in America. How we up here an egg costs $10 and $12. Somebody send me a cartoon of egg in the island. Tell me, my foul ladies this morning. You know, when they did that, it hurt me. Because while you all here suffering, right? You all don't understand. Janet Dixon no send no barrel home for Christmas. Okay? Do your outside voting. You could cast your vote even though you travel. You can do it. Good night to you, Avril Avril. Janet Dixon, hit them below the belt. Curlin Thompson, hit them below the belt. Paris, we got to hit them below the belt. Cut back on the spending this year. Pay your bills. Make sure you're not homeless, but don't flock the stores. I'm sorry to say that. We have to pay attention to what's going on. If they're going to do this to us, it's time that we do it back to them. Who is fighting for us? Show me anywhere on White Plains Road you see people standing up to ICE. Show me any place on White Plains Road you see people standing up to the government shutdown or what's going on in our community. We do not come together. We have no bond. We have no unity. We don't work together. We don't stand up together. You know what we do? Chat, chat, talk, talk, empty. We are empty. But when you look downtown and see who is standing up and marching, I don't see us. We don't have a say. We only make noise and ready to tear down each other. I do this show, and half of you would never share it. Okay? Half of you would never share it, Vivian Clark. But guess what? The AI video them, they're laughing at you guys. You have videos out there. You're going to tell me the woman on her show, doing her show. And I say, you all don't pay attention? Somebody put up a video to say that she's in the hospital and oh my God, her man is passing out and all this stuff. And it had nearly over 10,000 views and nearly 4,000 people commenting, oh my God, praying for you, praying for you. What are you praying for? While they're writing up that they're praying for the young lady is on TV doing her show live. But all they do is create an AI video that look good, and you all people ready to comment and back and forth. You all arguing with AI. But I, Avril Francis, who you all will need something to be done tomorrow, that you could pick up your phone and call me. You ain't lifting me up, but you are lifting up the AI videos. This election, Andrea, how you doing? Good night, family. Nadine, good night. You see, this election where you all taking as a joke is where you all need to pay attention. You see who you all believe in? The minute Donald Trump open his mouth and curse Zohran, everybody say, Donald Trump say, he's this and he's that, so I'm not voting for him. You all ain't give the man a chance. You all bashing him. That's what you all do to each other. Because you all don't know a person and they don't have a big name, you all bash them and don't want to give them a chance. So you all might go vote for Curtis because Curtis say he's the mayor for the subway. And Curtis say he's on rent subsidized, right? They're talking about, what, is it a joke or something? Because half of us can't get rent subsidized apartment. But these people are talking about the in rent subsidized apartment. So everybody just feed off of poor people when they want to go in there. I said, when they had the debate, I can say to you that Zoran was answering like a sharp blade. You ask him the question, he give it to you. When you waste too much time attacking the next person, that's not what I'm here to listen to. I want to hear what you're going to do for poor people. Como, I'm not bashing you. Remember, you were there before. And if we're wasting time talking about Como and how much dead people he kill off during the pandemic and all these things, that's not what I'm here to hear. I want to hear who is going to make a difference and who could stand up to the President of the United States. And even if Zoran win, people say if Zoran win, the president is going to destroy New York City. Well, only Zoran, the president, have to deal with. Well, let me ask you, we're going through all kind of stuff right now. And Zoran is not in office. And the president is still doing all that he got to do. So you are not paying attention. Pay attention to the debates, listen to them, and make your decision. And stop being a fool and a clown out here, just listening to what AI putting out for you guys and driving you all crazy. New York City is on the siege, I call it. You see the three, but you have a few of them out there. They say that you have to write them in on the ballot. I don't have no time when I go into the poll, go sit down and take pen and I write in nobody. If you're not on the ballot, you're not recognized in my book. I don't have time to write you in. So you gonna come tell me, member, to write you in on what ballot? I got time to write somebody in. You don't even have a commercial out there. You ain't telling people what you could do, but you say write you in. What kind of nonsense? They're taking this election thing as a joke. So people, vote for what you know and what makes sense this election. Because affordable housing is a speech that all of us been hearing for years now, and we still can't find affordable housing. Nobody to control rent in New York, and that's what we need. Somebody could say to the landlord, you can't do this. It's over. The nonsense is done. Some of them know their mortgage cost no $4,000 a month, but they're charging tenant $3,000 for rent. Like they're not supposed to pay nothing for their mortgage. Just let the tenant pay for everything. And still, some of them have people house burning down because they ain't giving them no heat. Let me tell you something. The wrath of God is going to come down on a lot of people here in America because we're trying to get rich off of the poor. But God is going to strike us through that door. You hear me rhyming now, right? We're trying to get rich off the poor, but God is going to strike us through the door. So when you hear me start to rhyme, you know I'm serious about this election. Okay? So pay attention. Co-op City is voting for Zohran. His vote is up there already. So you could imagine if Zohran win and he don't study, are you in the other side of Bronx? Because you all fight against him and don't put him in, then you all going to say, oh, well, he's supposed to be there for us and do this for us because he's the mayor. How come you ain't think that you need a mayor? So you need to vote for a person. Let me tell you all something. If you see he already got 50%, unless it drop, you know who the winner going to be. So Curtis is just enjoying the election. Curtis ain't even fussy. He's going to be the mayor of the subway. And if Zohran wins, Zohran going to make him the mayor for the subway. So you're going to see him more in the subway protecting us. You understand? That's what he's going to do. So all of you who want Curtis, vote for him if you want to. I'm telling you nothing. But look at the percentage of who is running for office right now and tell me where you see Curtis, where you see. But Cuomo is not giving up. He's not backing down. And I applaud anybody who's running. When you don't back down, and if you even feel you're going to lose and you go to the end, I applaud you. I can't tell you not to. But I'm saying to you people, stop talk nonsense and pay attention. And if you say you're not going to vote because you vote for Donald Trump and he disappoints you, I feel bad for you. I understand. I sympathize with you because a lot of you out there know you all vote for Donald Trump. And it's a shame you all suffering just like us who didn't vote for him. But you are sitting on saying, I'm not voting for Zohran because Trump says. So look who you're listening to. Trump again. So you see, when you could sit down and say, Trump say, oh, he's this and he's that, so I'm not voting for him, then it shows me you're a Trump person. Because for the way Trump is, and Trump still got you confused, that man powerful. He powerful. I pray to God that half of you see what's going on. You all don't realize when you go into the pharmacy, we need a mayor that is not a career politician. We need a mayor for the people. We need a strong person who will stand up to Trump. Zoran is the person who will give us something different. We must not be afraid of Trump and stand strong. Make sure those words stay on there, Shirley Tripico. A word of encouragement. We are voting with fear. We are voting with fear. Zoran have to understand the mayor that's in there now, our mayor, had one term. One term. And the worst thing you could be is a one-term mayor. But if we got to teach them a lesson when they don't do the right thing and make them a one-term mayor, we have to do that. Good evening to you, my wonderful friend Alonso de Castro, a man who's been around and seen many mayors, many senators, many councilmen, many everything, who could tell you what it is to run for election in this great country. Pay attention. So when you tell me that Donald Trump say that Zoran is not the man, then you show me that you're a Donald Trump person. Okay, you're still listening to what Donald Trump say. So Donald Trump really have you by the horn. You voted for Donald. Because people who is not for Donald don't want to hear nothing he has to say. But when you get caught up in Donald Trump, I'm scared of you. But remember, Zoran already have Co-op City, and he didn't win because the people of the Bronx put him in the he's not leading by the people of the Bronx. So Bronx, if you don't wake up, whoever you put in there as your mayor, do not come on this show telling me the foolishness. Because somebody tell me today I'm voting for Curtis. I said, then you vote for Curtis. Because even if Curtis don't win, he's still gonna be the mayor. He's the mayor of the subway. So what is wrong with you all people that you are not paying attention? He's going to be the mayor of the subway. Curtis is just fighting to be the mayor, win or lose. He do not care. But I want somebody who care if he win because he just wants to go in there and do what he have to do for the people of New York. You ever hear Zoran back down from answering something about the president? Maybe when he get in there, you all going to sit down and see how he and the president working together, and you all going to get a shock. Be careful. I already experienced Cuomo. I have nothing against him. I love Cuomo. But it's just like, to me, anybody that they put out of politics and want to get back in there, you all saying, oh, he was in there already, he ain't supposed to be in there. But I guess some of you scared because you don't know Zoran. You never met him before. He just come up like a tiger out of nowhere. Young, vibrant, and full of energy. The man could answer any question you ask him. And that's what's scaring the people of New York. People, election is November 4th. Think about it, pray about it, and get out to the poll and vote. And do not turn your back on election. You got to vote, and you got to stand up for somebody. And you got to stand up for something. You take Donald Trump for granted and say, I'm not going to the poll to vote for that fool. I'm not going to the poll to vote for that man. But when you wake up and you heard he won, you were losing your mind. Your vote counts. If it's 20, you guys could make 21. Don't take away that one vote. Go out and vote. Early voting starts. Go out and vote. November 4th, if you have to wait for November 4th to make up your mind, wait. But make sure you don't miss your name at the poll. I'm here tonight to tell you. I'll be speaking to you more about it. But as I say, if you do not vote for whoever win this election, don't tell me about your community is in a disaster, because you all sit and you all vote, don't want to vote, and sit back and complain when things are not going right. Because I'm tired of politics and I'm not voting for them. All of them is the same. But you all walk down the street and complaining about everything. Donald Trump has no respect for human rights, voters' rights, women's rights, immigrants' rights, legal rights. You hear it from the mouth of Shirley. But they are listening to him about what he's going to do for New York if Zoran go in there. Could you imagine how smart Donald is? Donald might be the one you all should say, something is wrong. Why is he picking so much on Zoran? He probably know if he get in there, that's the one that's going to give him hell. Have you all thought about it? Zoran could only go in there for one election and screw up. The people vote matters. This mayor I'm disappointed in Eric Adams, and I'm going to say why. We fight a lot. If you vote for Curtis, it's a vote for Cuomo. They don't understand the trick. But let me tell you something. When our governor or mayor went in, all of you was so excited because he have a swag, he's handsome, and he's a black man. And we were so glad to see black across the board. One term is disappointing. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good look. We know he's going to get a good position coming up, and he's going to be in the right place making more money than half of us. We're trying to pull him down. But guess what? It's not a good feeling. I wish to God that he was the mayor who could have do the second term and walk away feeling proud, not one term. So if you think that you put any mayor in there and they go in and they screw up, we don't come together again to say one term is enough. That's all. We got to hit them below the belt. If they don't do what they're supposed to do, get rid of them. But Trump, I don't know what's going to happen to us because it's only 1 year. So you see, January 2026, we're going to wake up in a world of confusion. I pray to God that they open back. Just open back the federal government and allow people to pay their bills, eat, and feel like the world is where it's supposed to be going. It's pure confusion we're living in right now. It's like they're in there and it's like a spite thing going on, doing things to spite each other. So I think after this election, Republicans going to turn to Democrats. Nobody in the right mind want to go through this again, even though there is some who is suffering but still believe that their president is Donald Trump because they vote them in. You can't tell them nothing, even though they're suffering. But it happened in the island too. We're born in labor and PLP and all these things. And no matter how we suffer, we're going to die of labor. We're going to die PLP because what? That's what our parents were doing before we were born. People wake up. Let's change the system. Only we have the power to do that. So don't forget, do not walk away from that poll. Walk into that poll, cast your vote, and pay attention in the days ahead and make the right decision. Bronx, we are suffering, and we can't afford to suffer no more. Let's talk. Let me see who can get on this program to give us a little feel of what's happening in the real world of politics. Tonight, I say to you, it's a pleasure always being here, talking to you, my people, and for those who care to listen, and for those who care to share the program. I appreciate you, I love you, and I thank you for the time. Give me 1 second to thank the people who make it possible for me to be here. Well, Shara Queen, good evening to you. Noel, Brown, you say they're all the same. That's how you feel, but I can say different. I have some elected officials out there who is just about doing what they have to do for the people. Some you can talk to and some you can't talk to. The whole of New York suffering. No, not the whole of New York suffering, Shara Queen. The world is suffering. Remember, whatever the president do, it affects America and it affects the world. Me say no send no barrel of your country. You got to teach the people them whom we laugh after we. There's nothing behind the promises. Tell me how you will reduce rent and pay for free bus. Bus still free? Vinette, which part the bus them still free? Tell me because me never see a bus free lately. Because the bus them were free all through the pandemic, and I tell everybody they gonna pay a price for it later. Nothing is free in America. They were just giving us a blind. And you see, everything that they went up on now is to make up with all that they lost. People need to stop spend money so much, save your money. Buy food and put in your house. We have enough pocketbook, enough shoes, enough clothes. Go to your closet right now. You probably have clothes in the way you know wear for the last 4 years with a tag on it. Or too small and you don't want it. Make room in your closet and change the way that we shop for this holiday. There's nothing out there. January, we're going to wake up in a world of confusion because everything going to be confusion. My people, I have to leave you at this moment, but I'm going to leave you telling you one thing that you don't answer. They have to have mercy on us.
In times like these, it's the mercy of God we need to carry us through. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have mercy, Jesus. Have mercy, Lord. Have mercy on your people. 'Cause Lord, we need you now. Have mercy, Jesus. Have mercy, Lord. Have mercy on your people. If it's the time that we need you, it's now. In a world full of crime and disease, people die every day. So no matter what they say, I know Jehovah is the way. Lord, it's rough and yes, life I get harder, but we know your name. It's the name above all name. Shout it loud, make me hear who no say. Have mercy, Jesus. Have mercy, Lord. Have mercy on your people. 'Cause Lord, we need you now. Have mercy, Jesus. Have mercy, Lord. Have mercy on your people. If it's a time that we need you, it's now. Everybody stop, no up, nowhere to go. Place a lockdown, sports and show. Ain't it funny how the world stops so? Every single channel of Corona manifesto. Watch it, quarantine from here to Mexico. People are buy up here toilet tissue. I want to go and I must see something me no know. While the whole of them are fret up on your knees, you figure. Have mercy, Jesus. Have mercy, Lord. Have mercy on your people. 'Cause Lord, we need you now.
Have mercy, Jesus. We need you. Shirley Tripico, thank you so much for weighing in. Thank you to each and every one of you. May God continue to keep us, guide us, and protect us. Good night, all. One love.